Hey there, and welcome. Today, we are going deep, like really deep, down to the fundamental ingredients that make up literally everything you see around you. So let's get into it. Just think about that for a second. A material so powerful it could change everything we build, but so tiny you can't even see it. It sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie, right? Well, believe it or not, it's very real. And the secret to doing all of this? Well, it all comes down to understanding the most basic, fundamental ingredients of our entire universe. That's really the amazing part, the incredible, mind-boggling complexity of the cosmos. From the farthest star all the way down to the device you're watching this on. It's all made from a surprisingly short shopping list of ingredients. We call them the elements. So, what exactly is an element? Well, think of it as the purest substance you can get. You just can't break it down any further because it's made of only one kind of atom. It's like the universe's ultimate, indivisible Lego brick. Now, with over 115 known elements, chemists needed a simple way to talk about them, like a universal shorthand. And a lot of those symbols actually come from really old languages, like Latin. That's why iron is Fe from ferrum, and gold is Au from aurum. It's this cool little piece of history hidden right there in the science. All right, let's kick off our grand tour of the elements with a group we all think we know pretty well, the metals. I mean, these are the real workhorses of our world. Yeah, when you hear the word metal, you probably picture something like iron, super tough, strong, and reliable. It's literally the backbone of our cities, right? We use it to reinforce the concrete in our biggest buildings. But the metal family has some pretty weird cousins. For example, let's put that classic iron right next to another metal, sodium. And wow, they could not be more different. Iron is incredibly hard and rusts pretty slowly. Sodium, on the other hand, is super soft and, well, it goes a little crazy when it gets wet. Let's take a closer look at this metallic oddball. Seriously, sodium is one of the strangest metals out there. You can cut it with a butter knife. It melts at a temperature below the boiling point of water. And yeah, if you drop a chunk of it into water, it can literally explode. So it's safe to say not all metals are created equal. Okay, so let's flip over to the other side of the elemental family, the nonmetals. And just like we saw with the metals, we're about to meet a character with a very, very intense personality. Meet chlorine. You probably know it as that distinct smell from a swimming pool, where it does a great job killing germs. But in its pure form, this pale green gas is actually a deadly poison. It's a classic nonmetal, definitely not strong or shiny, and something you really don't want to mess with. So let's recap. We've got sodium, an explosive metal, and chlorine, a poisonous gas. What in the world do you think happens when you put two things that are so dangerous on their own together? You get table salt. Yep, sodium chloride, the stuff you put on your fries. It's one of the most incredible transformations in all of chemistry. Two highly toxic, dangerous elements combine to make something that most life on Earth, including us, literally cannot live without. How amazing is that? Okay, now let's talk about an element that's a master of transformation. I'm talking about carbon, the ultimate shapeshifter of the periodic table. So check this out. On one hand, you have graphite, the soft, gray, flaky stuff in your pencil. On the other, you have diamond, the hardest natural substance we know of. What's crazy is that they are both made of the exact same thing, carbon atoms. The only difference is how those atoms are arranged. Same ingredient, totally different recipe. So, we've met some pretty fascinating characters from the elemental world. But why does any of this really matter? Well, because this isn't just about weird chemicals in a lab somewhere. This is about you. It's not just a cool science fact. The truth is, you are a walking, talking, thinking collection of these very same elements. Their story is literally your story. I mean, just look at this. About 65% of you, by mass, is oxygen. Another 18% is that same shapeshifter, carbon. Add in about 10% hydrogen. Just those three elements make up 93% of who you are. You are literally built from the stuff of stars. And this is where it all gets really exciting. Because by understanding these fundamental building blocks, we're not just learning about how the universe works, we're learning how to build its future.
We are right on the edge of a total revolution in materials. We're talking about things like self-cleaning clothes, computer chips made of flexible plastic, those carbon nanotubes that are way stronger than steel, and even glues that work like a gecko's foot. This is all becoming possible because we can now play with elements, atom by atom.
And that's really the heart of it. We're not just discovering what nature has already made anymore. We're becoming atomic architects, designing and building materials from the ground up that the world has never seen before. So, we know the building blocks. We have the universe's ultimate Lego set sitting right in front of us. The only question left, the only real limit, is our imagination. So what are we going to build next?